Do you want to sit with him?
Gents, no, we're doing standing up.
Standing?
Yeah, come on. Oh, tell you what, these are handsome boys, aren't they? I feel like I'm out of place here.
That's what Timac's recruiting for now.
It's handsome men and women.
And women.
Okay, so a couple of guys. We're at CropTec, Peterborough, the illustrious Peterborough. Oh, we love Peterborough. 2022 Timac. I've got an understanding of Timac from being in the sector for 25 years.
Okay.
But go on, give us the elevator pitch. Tell us about Timac.
Timac has been in the UK for... sorry, Bobby.
No, go.
You're taking my thunder.
Timac's been in the UK for 40 years, and it's a subsidiary of Timac International.
Yep.
Timac International was traded for 60 years. It came about when Daniel Roullier, he started mining some seashells off the coast of Brittany, and he felt that when he was applying that to his crops that it had a substantial effect. And Timac now produces fertiliser and imports commodities across the world, but Timac itself has traded in the UK for 40 years, but I think it's sort of we're not going to shy away from the fact that it hasn't made the impact that it has done in other countries.
Yep.
So I think that's why Bobby and I have come here to really change that, and the business is looking to change that as well. We've now got facts and basis qualified guys out on the farm, and they're looking at selling our range of products.
Okay. So that's such a positive and a brave thing to do for you guys, and also for Timac, to bring in what's the expression, young guns like yourself, who could actually potentially make a difference, not just for Timac but also for farmers.
Yeah, I think if you look at sort of the younger generation coming into farming, there is probably there's a bit of a vacancy in terms of young talent coming into the industry.
Yeah.
So I think there's a huge demand for individuals who have got technical knowledge, commercial knowledge, and ultimately on-farm practical experience.
Yeah.
So there's a big gap, and obviously we are hungry for those individuals to come and join us. I guess in terms of what we do, soil health, plant health, animal health solutions, based around the UK.
Okay, so let's work on a basis that there might be someone here who's got a problem in respect to the soil health but doesn't know exactly what Timac does. How can Timac help them with their problems? What solutions can you create for them?
I guess we would probably just need to ultimately find out what those solutions are.
Yep.
Find out what the problems are, sorry. I think, and that just involves meeting farmer, understanding what they want, what they need, what their issues are.
Yep.
And then off the back of that, how we can help. We might not be able to help, that's what we pride ourselves on.
Yeah, well done.
If there is another solution that is not one of our products, we will recommend it.
It's about understanding that farmer's business as a whole. It's understanding their economic model. It's understanding how we can integrate into their business. If that is by using a small amount of our product, that is what we'll offer to them. That's what we'll do.
So well done. So it is not one size fits all, because you see this with big companies that it's like a commodity sale. You either take it like this, or we don't. It's your problem. You've got to fit.
No, definitely.
So you're very specific.
We don't look to replace the whole crop nutrition program on a farm. We look to complement it and ultimately improve the nutrient use efficiency. You know, nitrogen is the building blocks of yield. Accompanied with sunlight, you're always going to need it. Yeah. You might need different forms of it at different times, and that's where we can step in and help.
Okay, I hate this expression of ROI, return of investment, but you're convinced that farmers, growers who engage with you, they will see a positive return of investment by utilising your skill set in Timac?
Yeah. I find that there's a lot of things which are quite tenuous with ROI modelling. So, for example, there's loads of replicated trials which show half a tonne yield uplift and things like that, and we see that with a lot of our trials. You know, I could go and sell to a farmer and say, look, there's 0.6 tonnes of yield uplift on this, but I find that quite not the most honest sell, because it could be a really challenging establishment window, it could be a really challenging drilling season, and then that's out the window, and then I find that very hard to then be selling to that farmer year on year. I'd much rather sell to them on the basis of what's going on in their soils and the benefits over a long-term period. It's about building up their organic matter and mineralising the nitrogen, the phosphate, and actually that plays really nicely into the way the industry's going, into the regenerative, the sustainable, and things like that, because we really are about applying less nutrients but making those nutrients go a lot further.
Okay, so it's really interesting that we've just gone into this great area of Regen Egg. So if a farmer wants to get into the sector but doesn't know how to adopt it, you can figuratively hold their hand and guide them.
Yeah, in theory we have been beating the regen drum in the UK for the past 40 years.
50 years.
Yeah,
of course you have. Yeah.
And now everyone's caught up with us.
Yeah.
So I guess a lot of the other companies out there, be it traditional agronomy companies, they've now jumped on the bandwagon in the past 2 years, bringing out soil health assessment programs. That's how we built the business.
Wow, okay. So guys, how can we engage with you? What's the best way to what's the best way to find out about you on the basis that people might not be able to come to CropTec 2022? How can we find out about you?
Reach out onto the website. We've got our numbers on there. If you wanted to contact us personally, I'm sure you'd be able to put our phone numbers, emails, addresses in the link to this. But yeah, no, absolutely love to hear from farmers and how we can integrate and work with their business to deliver all these benefits we've just talked about.
Yeah, and Jez, it's actually really refreshing to interview a couple of guys like you, because normally I'm interviewing grey, male and Stell blokes of my age. But let me just ask this question, because you could have spun off into different sectors away from agriculture. Why are you in agriculture?
I think there's a huge opportunity to be involved in the agricultural sector. I think if you think about the basics, humans need to eat 3 times a day. There's always going to be a demand for food.
Yep.
I think historically it's not been the sexiest industry to work in. Yep. We were talking about this last night, how we've got people in fintech, consultancy, stockbroking, etc. I think agriculture is becoming more sexier, so that's why we're here.
Yeah. Mr. P, same question, why are you in agriculture?
Well, the family in agriculture, and originally I thought actually I'm going to go back and work on the farm, and a sort of very poignant story for me was I turned up at Harper with the view that I was going to go back to my farm. I remember the first question that was asked to me was, raise your hand if you're from a farming background. There's 400 odd people in the room, all of them but one raised their hands. And for me, that's such a challenge to this industry, is the fact that we're not having new talent come in. And I really wanted to be able to bring something different. So I spent as much time as I can understanding the ways other industries work and bringing them into the agricultural side. And as you quite rightly say, it's an industry which has so much potential, but so many fantastic people are going into other areas because they sound, as you quite rightly say, sexy. Whereas actually agriculture is just as sexy. There's 8 billion people in the world now. All of them need to be fed, and all of them need to be fed in a sustainable manner, which is why I think Bobby and I both felt that Timac was something which we could get involved in for a long time to deliver a massive benefit to the farmer and also, help our careers as well.
Gents, really enjoyed that. Timac the future. Gentlemen, you are the future. Well done.
Thank you so
very
much.
much.